Hello, YouTube. I'm George, and this is the Happy Chronicles. Now, I know how you guys love the bike videos. I get more hits on those than I do the riding videos. Please, watch the riding videos. They're entertaining as hell. I mean, you tune in, you don't. I appreciate either way. So, today, we're going to go over Pepe, my 1979 stump jumper pre-production bike, okay? The 81s were the production bikes. This is a 79 pre-production. So, it's one of very few. It is the oldest of my fleet as far as usability and, what I do with it. This is, like I said, my daily ride. I have used this bike in every video so far. So, what you guys actually see is me on this, and it's a very stable platform for what I use it for. And it's the everyday. It's like the faithful pickup truck or that beater car that just keeps going and going and going, and you just throw the menagerie of cheap parts and such like that on it. So, without further ado, let's check Pepe out, okay? So, like I said, pre-production, 79. It is a menagerie of interesting parts. I usually get parts off of other used bikes and such like that I acquire. You will see with the original Specialized forks, the first of the air oil shocks that they ever produced, okay? They currently have a makeshift lockout on them. The seals are blown. It's not that I couldn't fix them, but seeing as how it's my daily rider, I just locked them out. It's not a big deal. You can see it does have V's on the front. They're just cheapy V's, but they work really well. I'm not a fond believer in spending a fortune on bike parts. When I restored this or resto-modded it in 1995, it had a nice little LX group. This is the front ring set and cranks. Pedals have been changed. Those are the clicky here and there. They've worn out and they're going to be replaced eventually when I find some used pedals. It still has the original LX that I put on there for the front derailleur. Okay, so those are original, and a bottom bracket from 1995. That's when it was painted, and that's when I have my contacts at Specialized that actually got me a set of the 1981 stickers for it. You can see every little thing. I had to submit the serial number to get those, and when I did, I found out what it actually was, which was amazing to me, and that's why I will never get rid of it. Now, these rims just came off of a mediocre bike. I mean, they're X rims, okay? They're not expensive, but they do the job. You'll see the little scratches in the rim. These are from sanding it to keep that squeak down. The squeak's not gone, but it's doable now, unless you hit them hard. But that's kind of common with any kind of rim pull brakes. They just make noise. Disc brakes, I love them, but at the same time, they burn up too quick, and this bike will not facilitate it. So, when I did the rims, it came with a bunch of cables and housings and small little miscellaneous. It also came with this cheapy derailleur, which actually works really well. I was kind of amazed. Derailleurs, you can have the most accurate shifting. I just saw an old ad for the air shifters, which kind of intrigued me. The old center pole cantilevers are in there, and they work well. Bigger brake pads, okay? Now, you'll notice that there's a different tire there than here. Well, we have these great hard rockers on here with the flak jacket. Actually, they work pretty well. I'm fond of Specialized tires. The rear one had a blowout in the sidewall. You got that bubble, and it was funny because I was taking a little pee break, and I noticed when I laid it on its side, what's this bubble? So I had to come home. I nursed it home, and it made it home. This bike always brings me home. And essentially, I had this old Evo, which was brand new. It's just a, not an expensive tire, but it's a kind of a slick tread it. I used to run these. I love those tires because they actually do great for the road, but they're also, you know, a good, you know, kind of little mini off-roader. So what I did was just use what you got. I'm not an expensive guy. You know, I acquire these things. My bike vault is full of parts. So this bike just keeps going, okay? I have other bikes that you'll see here in future videos that actually have all their original parts on them, or they have some higher end parts. Parts are, I'd like to say parts are parts, but you know, the reality is if you want real high performance, you got to pay for that. This is my daily. This just works. So what we have is on a daily, and I know some of you are going to laugh, but this is the Lazy Boy recliner of bikes. Oh, it's got that nice cut. This seat right here, along with these grips, I love these Schwinn grips. They got the palm rest, okay? So your palms rest very nicely on them. I like that, okay? The seats are not expensive. You get them at your Ace Hardware or, you know, just about any store that sells like little bike parts, okay? Same with the grips. These grips actually last forever until they get hard. They're a nice soft, they got a nice soft material to them, especially in that palm rest, okay? For us old guys, it actually works well, okay? Nothing, you know, fabulous on the brakes, and as you can see, it's got old school shifters. Now this, for the rear derailleur, is semi-automatic. There's a switch right here where you can switch it over, and basically you get a manual transmission. In other words, you can adjust this up and down instead of this. You'll hear the click. You hear that click. Right now it's in the automatic kind of, you know, select the gear. If you have a stretch cable or damaged derailleur or something, you can switch it over into the manual kind of mode, and it'll do just like the front derailleur here, which is totally on the string. You can see the derailleur right there. No click, just adjustability, okay? As far as cable housings and cables, they're all used. Every single one on this bike. The little, you know, I just found one of these for the V-brake in the front. I had the brake dragging, and it ended up that this was kind of bent a little bit. So I straightened it out, and, you know, bada bing, it works. Okay, now, some of the more important, well, let's go down to the pedals. I'm a clipless pedal rider, okay? Old school, you can see. That's old school right there, okay? Kind of like me, old school. So, as far as things to keep you safe and just being a courteous person, okay, so we got your standard bell. That's a bell. The ding, ding, ding bells. You know, this one says, pardon me, I'm on your left. The ding, ding, ding bells are kind of annoying, like, get out of my fucking way. It's just a personal preference. Now, here's my favorite, though, especially right now. It's summer vacation. You got all the little kids camping, doing their little camps in the park. So when they're all in the line, the teachers or the, you know, counselors are trying to keep them going, you come through and you do this, okay? This little horn noise device, I mean, come on, the kids love that. All right, let's continue on. Let's do the next. It's not very loud. The batteries have seen better days. Okay, and then you got, oh yeah, okay. little Star Wars fighter jet, you know, with the yeah. And of course, you know, you gotta have the classic, you know. But, and I might emphasize the next noisemaker. I live next to a refinery, and a couple years back, all the steel workers were on strike. And along the highway, you know, that's where they were protesting, you know, doing their strike thing. I respect the union. I respect, you know, the fact that, you know, people are trying to get something out of life. And so, of course, they always have their signs, honk if you support us. So, seeing as how I ride by this large group of people every day, I decided, you know what can I do? I can't do this. Nobody hears that. And, you know, and seeing the cars go by, I've been thinking about this because, you know, riding a bike a lot of times is a near-death experience. I also ride motorcycles, equally a near-death experience. For some reason, a lot of people don't like two-wheeled things. Yeah, okay, so I did this to support the people on the strike. Oh God, maybe I should get away from that. Okay, so what this is obviously a car horn, okay? So it is operated by a Makita battery, okay? It's an 18-volt battery for a 12-volt horn, mind you, okay? It is on the momentary switch on my bars, ground it to the bars, and then the other one goes to the positive. And here's the actual horn. That is off a Toyota Camry. So Pepe is fully like the everyday. It does everything I need it to do, including, well, let me just get on it real quick, and we're gonna take it just for a little ride around the yard here. And I'm gonna focus on the bike instead of me, because I always do this. It's a very stable platform though, okay? So, here we are, and we're riding. Oh, let's get the angle right, okay? So, as you can see, easy bike. Easy bike. Oh man, this is going to be an interesting video. Yeah. All right. So, I think that's probably about it, folks, on Pepe, my daily rider, my 79 pre-production stump jumper, Specialized. And thanks for tuning in. Please like and subscribe. Share these videos. I know that you guys love the bikes. There'll be more coming. Thanks for tuning in. Have a great day. Peace.